Hi, and welcome to Intro to Psychology 2. I'm going to give you a quick overview of your syllabus. This is probably one of the most important documents you need to look at for an online class. It's a reminder that two things are really important, but the bottom left and bottom right. It's online, so it's no classroom, and everything that you will need will be in Blackboard. So let's go through the syllabus and highlight some of the key things that you need to be aware of to be successful in this class, okay? Let's scroll down and find our way to the first page, or actually it's the second page. You get a brief overview of the kind of content we'll be covering and a reminder that this is an online delivery, so it's really important that you manage your time, because that's going to be the biggest barrier for anybody's success in an online class. It isn't about whether or not you can do the material. That part you've already qualified for by being accepted into post-secondary. The bigger issue is time management. All right, and you will be required to watch a video in week 1 called Am I an Online Learner? And I'll refer to that later in this video. And in that we'll give you the insights of what you need to put in your contract. Now, just below that it says there's no extensions without a doctor's note or documentation. Now that I will revisit again, but it's a reminder to you that there are no extensions without the appropriate documentation or fitting in within the college policies and regulations around absences and extensions. Beneath that, you'll see my contact information. Now, you certainly can phone. I wouldn't highly recommend it. My phone is in my office. I live in Barrie, and this course is delivered out of Owen Sound where my office is, so I may not be able to return calls quite as quickly as I can with emails. However, with an email, I'd like you to follow basic email protocol to have yourself be ready for after post-secondary and working in the workforce. There are some basic key information you need to include in your emails. One is you must fill in the subject. If I receive an email with no subject, I won't be responding to it. So if you don't hear back from me, please check your sent file to see if you added a subject. I'd recommend putting in Psychology or Psychology2, because the other things that you need to include in all emails would be, what class are you in? I have 4 classes, almost 200 students. If you don't tell me what class you're in, I'm not too sure how to answer your question about the assignment, because I won't know which assignment you're talking about. So subject, your class, and your first and last name. If I'm missing some of those things, one, that's going against you and your contract that you have agreed to, and secondly, I won't be responding. So you really need to make sure you follow the protocol. Now, the other component about my office hours, it says between 9 and 12 on Thursdays. I'm in Owen Sound every Thursday. I arrive anywhere between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'm available for meeting you face to face until 12. I have an in-class from 1 to 3:50, so I won't be available in the afternoon. So email's the best way to catch up with me. Now, yes, that textbook you see in the bottom right-hand corner is required. It's your psychology textbook. And as the content suggests, our Psychology 2 is one half of 2 psychologies, Psych 1 and Psych 2. And we use the same textbook, The World of Psychology, 9th Canadian edition. It's a custom-made textbook, which means only the chapters we're covering in Psych 2 are taken from The World of Psychology and put into a custom textbook. And that's the one which I would require you to take. It is also what you can use for your tests. Highlight, make notes in your textbook or on separate pieces of paper. These are all things you can include at your side when you write the test. No textbook makes it difficult to complete the entire course, so I would recommend it highly. Now, as mentioned, the college policies there's the URL, and it's connected to that point that I made up above, where there's no extensions without doctor's notes or the documentation from disability services. So please click on the link and become familiar with the academic regulations, as you and I both need to adhere to them. And if we carry down further, you're seeing your student services supports. Now, these are services that you pay for with your tuition, so I'd highly recommend that if you're struggling in any way, whether it's with completing tasks or stress or personal issues, These services are there for you, and I would really recommend that you take advantage of them. Following that, we have student evaluations. You can see that the bulk of our course will be based on tests. There is an assignment that is worth 15%, and I will make a separate video on that, as I will also make a separate video on your journal. Now, tests, now there's 3 of them worth 25% each, and they will be offered on Blackboard. They are open for the Monday through to the Friday, so you really do need to make notes in your calendar on to when the tests open and when they close. You have 3 hours in that 5 days to make up to 2 attempts on the test. The higher the score in one of those 2 tests, the highest score will count in your grade center. So when they're open, you can write your test. When it's closed, it disappears. So if you've missed the test and you go in looking for it, it won't be there because it disappears on the closing date. And so that reminds you that if it's not visible, that's for the test, for the assignments, and for the journal, if you can't find it, it's not there, that means you missed it. And there's no extensions and no redos. Okay? So the tests will be based on the content of each chapter from the textbook, from any additional readings that I might assign, and from my videos. And you need to be familiar with terms, definitions, and general understanding of those terms and definitions. So I might be asking, in fact, I will be asking questions that are based on examples, and you'll need to interpret from the example what concept or definition might be applied there. So if we carry on down, research video assignment. I will be posting a video on how to do this, and I will be putting support information with this also in the syllabus and assignment folder. So I'll be putting a screencast-o-matic tutorial video there, and I'll also be posting it in week 7 to make sure that you have access to how to make a video. And it's actually much more straightforward than you think. Now, I will also be posting an announcement indicating tutorials that I'll be doing. And so I'm happy to do tutorials. You just need to let me know when you see the announcement that you're interested in being and which one you want to be at, and I will be there and provide a tutorial face-to-face on how to use Screencast-O-Matic. Now, if you're not from the Owen Sound campus and you still want me to be able to do face-to-face, email me and let me know what day of the week, other than Thursday, that you want me to meet you in the library at Georgian and Berry, and I will walk you through it there. Okay, let's go through the bulk of the syllabus. I'm going to scroll down to page 5. All right. Now on this page here, you're seeing an example of how my syllabus is set up. On the far left, you're seeing which week we're in. So if we happen to be in week 5, you look in week 5, you can see what the topic is, what the readings are, and if there's anything due. So the second column is topic, what we'll be doing. So you can be prepared before that week with a review of the chapter. Now I've indicated in the next chapter, which is what do you need to do in terms of your textbook, well, read chapter 3. You may find it very helpful to just review chapter 3, look at the headings, see what the kind of content of the chapter is, become familiar, watch my video, and then you might want to go back over the textbook to make additional notes so that you can be better prepared for your test. The next green column, this is stuff that will be available for you online. So you're going to find in this either watch the chapter video that I've posted or be prepared to post journals, assignments, or do your test online. And then the last column with the different colors, this is where it's weighted. So as I had pointed out initially, you had 3 tests at 25% each. Well, then I've indicated that test 1 is worth 25. Each of the journals is worth 2%, and then your assignment is worth 15, and it will be color coded. So it helps you organize what's due and how much is it worth. So let's look at these dates now. This is what's important for you to put into your calendar. And I will have posted a how to create events or put dates into a calendar, whether it be a phone or a tablet, and that will also be in week 1. Under syllabus and assignments folder. You notice that, say we look in week 3, you have 2 things due. Your contract is due on January 24th at 5 p.m. So in the week 3 folder, there will be a journal labeled am I an online learner checklist or contract, something to that effect, and then you click on that and you post your assignment or your contract there. Now it's important that in order to learn how to use Blackboard, if you're unfamiliar, is watch the Blackboard Overview. Now I will post that in the first introductory greeting announcement, and I'll post it in a syllabus and assignments. So if you watch that, I'll show you how to make a posting for a journal, whether it be your assignment or whether it be a journal. I'll also give you a heads up on how to complete your test, and that will be done in the Blackboard Overview, so please pay attention to that one. Now, you also see Journal 2 is open on January 20th at 8 a.m. and closes February 3rd at 5 p.m. So most of your journals will be of this length. That is to say, they'll be open for about 2 weeks. But because this Journal 2 is located in Week 3 folder, it will be there for Week 3 and Week 4. So if by Week 4 you choose to do the Journal 2, you need to go back to Week 3 folder, find that Journal 2 link, go into it, watch the video that I post for you to watch, and then reflect. Test 2, you can see that's open February 3rd at 8 a.m. and closes February 7th at 5 p.m. So that's basically Monday morning to Friday afternoon. So you've got lots of time to do the test. Pick a time that best suits you, have your textbook and your notes ready, and take the test. That's all there is to that. Now you notice every week, I'm going to scroll down here further now, every week there is indicators of what's due, when it's due, and dates. These dates must go into a calendar somewhere. You need to keep track of them so you don't miss them. Because you're not in a class, it's easy for students to miss out on a test or an assignment if they don't have some sort of an alert to remind them, because you don't have a class to go to. And I showed that in the how to set alarms off on your phone or your tablet. Okay. Lastly in this is at the bottom, academic honesty and plagiarism. That is your responsibility to be responsible. So check out academic regulations. That will give you a heads up on how to protect yourself for that. In our assignment, I give you some indicators of how to do the assignment where this isn't an issue for you. It's important for you not to leave things to the last minute. One, I can't help you when you ask me a week before the assignment is due how to do the assignment. You need to have started it much earlier than that for me to be of any help to you. And secondly, by getting your work done earlier and getting started earlier, you put less pressure on yourself at the last minute to try to complete an assignment, and that is often where academic honesty and plagiarism are compromised, leaving things to the last minute and trying to get things done quickly. So please take your time, map your semester out, plan your work, work your plan. That's the way that you can be successful online. Now I hope this has been helpful for you. I'll be making videos for every bit of content that you need. I hope they're helpful, and please don't be afraid to offer me some feedback that will help me make better videos or better content for your use. All right, everybody, I hope this works out well for you. I'm excited about this semester for you. The subject matter in this course is outstanding. It applies to each and every one of you, and I hope you will find a way to make your life even better by taking advantage of something of what psychology can offer you. Good luck, everybody, and we'll see you around. Bye now.